Okay, y'all, let me get on here, and I wanted to talk about meditation, and I wanted to share a meditation with you guys. And I wanted to talk about it before I just jump into it, especially if you guys are new. And I would love for people who have never tried meditation to try my meditation, because I think it's very profound. And I say just do it for 2 minutes, because even doing it 2 minutes for once a day, try it for a week and it will change your life. If you can do it for 2 minutes twice a day, that's even better. I feel like I sound like Jose Silva. I'll kind of talk about him here in a second. Yeah, so if you can do it 3 times a day for 2 minutes, that's awesome. But you don't have to. The point is just try it once a day for a week, and you'll just notice drastic differences in trying meditation. I do want to say how I got into meditation was because I was looking for alternative ways to help me with pain. And I was having a hard time sleeping. Because of the pain, like my hip hurt, everything hurt, my back hurt, my neck hurt, my knees hurt, my feet felt like they were on fire, my calves felt like they were on fire. I felt like I got hit by a train, like I worked out for days, and I was just working as a nurse and not, I just was exhausted and burnt out, and, I was like, and I did not want to take pills. I was like, I see what they do, and I don't want that. I don't want your pain pills. And then once my kidneys started to go bad and I started to have protein in my urine, I was like, wait a minute, we gotta stop. And it's not even that when it started, they didn't tell me about it because they weren't worried about it. And I actually wasn't paying attention because I thought, oh, they got my back, right? Like, they know I'm a nurse, blah, blah, whatever. I don't know, I guess they expected me to pay attention, but it wasn't like a big deal. And when I brought it up, they were like, oh, it's cool, it's not a big deal. I was like, I looked back and I see that, however long it was, I don't recall. But there was a trend there. I'm like, it wasn't there. And then it started showing up and it stayed. And then I was like, I gotta do something. Taking myself off naproxen, I used to take 1,000 milligrams of naproxen. I did not realize that was going to make me feel so much pain that I didn't realize I was in. It actually did help, but it's terrible for you. It's just not good. And it's not that I just use that. I use lidocaine patches. I use another medication called Furoset because I used to get headaches all the time, and I just used the Furoset because it didn't fuck me up too bad, and it took my headache away like magic. And so anyways, I was on a slew of pills, right? But I started off with getting myself off of the Motrin. So I had already been experimenting with cannabis because honestly, I had fucked around with it a little bit and here and there, but it wasn't anything. I don't even know how much I took. I knew I was fucked up. I watched Trolls and I was baked. And I laughed and had deep conversations and whatnot. So, but I have no idea how much I took. They were gummy trolley thingies, and yeah. So, I think that was my very first experience with gummies, and nobody was educating me or telling me what to do. Thank God I didn't have some horrific experience where I was gonna vomit everywhere, because eventually I learned more. I didn't fuck with gummies like that because I didn't use cannabis like that. That was more like, oh, I'm in Cali, let's do it, right? Anyway, so I had to find something for pain. So I started integrating very small doses of cannabis or THC into my like ingesting it, like edibles through whatever. It was basically gummies, and I would get them from a different state, and I would do like 1 milligram gummies at first because I was for real, like, I ain't fucking around and getting baked. I mean, I gotta be able to function because I was taking it so I could go to work and not have to take these fucking pills. So I started out taking like 1 milligram once a day, then twice a day, then 3 times a day, and then kind of going up from there. Like, I was able to find 1 milligram gummies when I first started doing that. And then you get more bang for your buck if you buy differently, depending on which state you go to. But in states like California and Colorado, I don't know about Arizona, but I know Colorado and California are like 100 milligrams per like serving, I guess. And you have to be able to like break them off, so it can be 10 milligrams each serving, or is that what did I say? So each piece has to be like, if you have a nerd rope, it's 100 milligrams, but it has to be like serrated, so you know each piece is 10 milligrams. And I believe it's like that in, like I said, Colorado and Cali. So I digress. That's how I started out, because I was for real, like, I can't, I'm not trying to be fucked up. I just want to be able to function. And CBD, I don't think I had really tried that so much. Later, I did try CBD and mostly isolate stuff. And I had tried like 800 milligrams of this squirty thing from where I go get my facials. And that shit fucked me up, gave me the worst anxiety of my life. I thought I was going to have a fucking heart attack. I was like, 800 milligrams? What the fuck? And like, I did not like it. And it tasted gross. I think I've had other experiences with CBD, it not tasting so yummy. But I found a local farm in Iowa. I can't recall the name of it right now. But they had really good shit, and they mixed it with, what was it, like, not CBN. Maybe they do that now. I haven't bought them in a minute, but some thing that helps you sleep. Man, I need to go to bed and sleep. However, I wanted to get on here and talk about meditation and give you this little free meditation. And I don't know if you noticed, my voice is not normal, but it's still calming. So anyways, I started out because of pain, right? And when I first started I tried meditation in the past, I was going to church, and I was telling one of the moms that I hung out with that I was trying yoga and meditation. And she was like, oh my God, you can't do that. It's like not okay. Like that's against the rules or whatever, her beliefs. And I was like, but meditate means to like think. I guess she was trying to tell me somewhere in the Bible, it says that you shouldn't like close your mind or whatever. But I know in the Bible it tells you to meditate day and night. I want to say it's Psalm 1:2, but look it up because don't quote me. So I wasn't really emptying my mind. I was training it. At least I was just trying something, right? I was curious because I'd heard it was beneficial. And I definitely found in trying it, I got so still and I could hear God. I mean, that kind of did happen in the beginning, but it kind of freaked me out. So I like moved to what's it called? Guided meditations. Because I didn't realize I had done some sort of mindfulness like my entire life, kind of to get away from the chaos, right? Because I was a very anxious child. I grew up in a very traumatic home. I was sexually abused by my cousin who lived with us. and I didn't recall that. So I was like this really oddball child who wanted to learn a lot of things and said she saw a lot of things. So they thought like I was crazy because I was like really smart. And they would tell me like, try to teach me in a way that I would want to be normal like them, I guess. Because I was not. I was like socially awkward. And that's okay, right? But I was fun, but not like all the little girls for real. Like, I was not her. But I would see things. I know I would talk to things, and people would ask me, like, my mom or my dad, who are you talking to? And I'd be like, I would tell them, like, oh, I'm talking to, like, an angel, or I'm talking to whoever. I don't really recall, but I know I have this very vivid experience of where my mom is vacuuming and I'm talking to someone, and she's like, who are you talking to? And I'm like, the devil. But it's because I remember my dad telling me that what I was doing was wrong. It was like the devil's work. It was not Christian. So things like that kind of crop up inside of me still. I think it's wonderful that everybody believes in something different, because it's all theory in my book. If you feel it's fact, then that's on you. Like, I get some people who are so attached to their belief system and their religion. I get it. I used to be that person, but at the same time, I love learning about other people's cultures and other people's religions, and, and respecting that and honoring that. And I just don't comprehend why groups want to murder other groups in the name of their God. It just does not make sense to me. So anyways, before I go on a whole nother ass rant. So it really did help connect me to God. But it was like a growing thing, and it's something you really do have to do consistently, especially if you're going to use it for pain control. You don't brush your teeth every now and then, right? I mean, unless you only have pain every now and then. Like, I would say I would try everything when I would have, like, flare-ups. And, like, oh, man, I threw my back out or something. I could not get out of bed, and I freaked the fuck out. I was like, oh, my God, I can't get out of bed. What the fuck? I couldn't roll over. I was in my house by myself. Holy shit. So anyway, yeah, I was freaking the fuck out. So I had to learn how to fucking calm down, right? Because was I going to be... I mean, I have called my niece before and be like, bitch, I need you to calm me down. Like, I'm about to go there. And she did. She calmed me down. Like, that, my anxiety is something that I work on every day. And it's getting better and better and better. But in the beginning, I would think about what I wanted to meditate. And it was never like, oh, I'm going to have the best day ever. Because I could not comprehend that idea. Like, what was the best day ever? Me not being able to get up and walk. Like, I was in pain constantly. I was angry at life. I was miserable. And I needed to calm down because I was burnt out. I just kept going and going and going. I got to work, I got to work, I got to work, I got to do this. It was just overwhelmed, and I was tired and sick of it, not seeing another way out, because I felt like there has to be, this ain't it. And I know people are like, oh, don't just say the negative thing. I don't really give a fuck. Okay, like, I knew my entire life that is what kept me going. Like, this ain't it. This ain't it. Let me go try that. Because that looks, I bet you I could do that. I'm going to try that. And I fucking encourage that. I don't care how old you are. You want to try something, go try it. And I feel like the fucking squirrels are on my deck again. Anyways, they just try it. It doesn't matter. Like, I went to nursing school at the age of 30. And some people might think like, oh my God, that's so old. Whatever. And I joined the military. I didn't join the military right out of high school. I joined when I was 20. I tried doing the whole community college thing, and that didn't work out for me. Anyways, I digress. I don't want to talk your ear off. But there is a little bit about me and about doing meditation. It was for pain. And then it grew into something bigger. And then with cannabis, it was amazing. I loved smoking before I meditated. And I really enjoy meditations who have like time before you like hear music and stuff. Because that gives me time to like hit my bong until like I know it's about to start. But you can find, like, Jose Silva was my favorite person to meditate to. And I found him on YouTube. And I think there's a whole ass Jose Silva organization where you can look at some of their stuff and you can buy some of their stuff. And then I found this guy named Vishen who redid some of his courses on a platform called Mind Valley. Absolutely love fucking Mind Valley. I've had their subscription for a couple years now, I guess, or a little more than that. I don't know. But absolutely love it. They have everything on there, and the people seem real, and they're not taking like a shit ton of your money. You don't get... I mean, you can pay for access to people, but like I haven't never gone to any of the stuff. I mean, I would love to. It'd be cool to go to A-Fest. And then it would be so cool to meet Vishen, my friend Elizabeth. Oh my God, she's met him. And I was like, oh my God, if you ever see me, and tell him that he makes my pussy wet. And she was like, oh my God, you would make him so uncomfortable. And I was like, dang, because like he is fine as fuck. And I don't even know if he's fine as fuck. His voice, bro. Them meditations, okay? It's just zen, bro. Like, they take me there, you know what I'm saying? I'm just kidding. No, but they would take me to the state of mind that I needed to be in. So I just wanted to get on here and share that information, because if you've never tried it before, it can be very fucking difficult to even think about sitting still. Oh, yeah, let me mention this. Sitting still, if you're a person who goes and goes and goes, you might sit there, and I'm like, 2 minutes, try 2 minutes, and you're going to be like, oh, I can do that. And you're going to find yourself struggling if you're a person who's like, what the fuck? I got so much shit to do. You know what I could be doing in 2 minutes? That sort of thing, like, and you will get those thoughts. And I say, fuck them thoughts, okay? Like, sit for 2 minutes, do the damn thing, and, you know, find a meditation, if you can, that's not too long. And if you're the kind of person who can't listen to the same thing every day, then, you know, I'm sure you can find a whole lot of 2-minute meditations on the internet. But this is my first one I'm putting out, and I hope you enjoy it. But I definitely wanted to get that education out there about, hey, it can be hard. I tried breathing, not meditation. To me, like, breathing and meditation are kind of two different things, because a lot of the meditations that I do, I just, you know, I calm, I just relax, right? And my breathing slows down, but it's not like I'm concentrating. I've been doing more and more breathing, but in the beginning, oh my gosh, doing 2 minutes of breathing exercises was like torture for me. I was like, seriously, twice a day? And what's wild is I got that recommendation from the pain clinic. And, oh yeah, another thing, interesting. Hopefully this isn't too long, you guys don't get bored listening to me, but another thing I tried was a thing called an alpha stimulator. So Jose Silva talks about being in the alpha brainwave state. I mean, everybody talks about that, but that's where I learned it from, was being in the alpha brainwave state, because I was spiraling and I was looking for something that was going to help me for pain. And I found that being in the alpha state brought healing. And I found Jose Silva did this whole ass alpha brainwave meditation, and his original meditation is long. So then I found Vishen on Mind Valley, and he did a whole ass course, which thank God, because I tried doing like the Jose Silva books on Audible, And those meditations are long as fuck. And the whole course is like, the reading the book is because I wanted to get through it all. Was almost torture. And in the beginning, Audible books were hard for me to do too. So it took me time to get adjusted. If I wanted to be somebody different, I had to do the different things. I couldn't fuck around and keep doing the same fucking thing, like, oh, do it every now and then, because I was like, oh, let me stretch now that my whole ass fucking back hurts. You gotta be ready, like you gotta come ready, like put the right things in your body, nourish your body, put the right things in your brain, because if you're constantly telling yourself like, oh my God, my life sucks, my body hurts me so bad, I'm dying of lupus, because that was the thought, like, this disease is killing me, like, I'm gonna have a flare, like, like, it's not if, it was when, like, and I hated living like that, and I was a slave to these fucking pills, and I trusted the system like it was, because that's all I knew. And when I did hear some hippity dippity shit, I'd be like, oh my God, did you see the guy in room 204? They had crystals and all kinds of weird shit in there, did you? And it smelled like patchouli. Did you smell that? Yeah, no, for sure. And all the nurses did. We were like, what the fuck? They're like, okay, that's gonna heal you. And how fucked up of us, right? Like, I don't think we ever said anything. I definitely did. I definitely asked questions, though, because I'm that nosy bitch, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, so what are you doing? What's it called? And I know they had, like, a rose quartz, and they did some kind of bath, and then they used different essential oils, because I was curious. And you do use essential oils, like, in wound care because of the smell. But essential oils, I went down, like, a rabbit hole on that shit, too, are great, okay? So, anyhow, trying something that was non-pharmaceutical for me was the thing. And I found Jose Silva on this platform called Mind Valley. And I really felt like, wow, this is revolutionary. Like quieting your mind and being in a brainwave state that is actually healing your body, and you can make it suggestive when you're in that brainwave state. And I can say, I'm going to have a better day today. Because like I said, there was no way in hell I was going to say I'm having a great fucking day today. I start with, I'm going to have a better day today. Today is going to be a better day than yesterday. 100, because that's all I could conceive in that day is, as long as tomorrow is better, like, tomorrow's going to be a better day. And, today is a better day than yesterday. That's what I would tell myself, because that was legit. Like, sometimes I was so fucking sick that I couldn't get myself to the ER to get fluids. I had to wait till my body, like, did what it did, and I could get up and be like, yo, I just want to make sure my kidney function is good, and you check my electrolytes and all that kind of shit. Because, after I stopped believing in medicine and my kidneys were failing, I was like, fuck that. Like, I'm out. I'm done. I didn't believe in what were they going to do for me. So I was like, I'll just wait till I'm a little better. And I feel motivated to drive myself there, because I didn't want to I was so sick. All right. I couldn't even fucking move. Okay. And that shit's crazy. Like, being stuck in bed for like hours, and then all I could think of was Joe Dispenza, because I'm a huge fan. And, recreating my muscles and visualizing them being relaxed, and my back not being so like red, because that's what it was, so inflamed. I felt like hot. So I was like visualizing all of those things to cool down and relax is what I had to do while I sat there in pain for hours, or sleep. And I wasn't that type of person. Like, I had pills near me at that time, I just kind of suffered in silence. But before that, I was on so many pills, and I was done. And this was another modality that helped me so much without having to lean into pharmaceuticals. And I took so many antidepressants. Oh my God. And I've tried so many. It's wild. Things that help me sleep, things to help my mood, things to help my migraines, things supposed to help my pain. Oh, take some duloxetine. That's supposed to help your pain. Well, it's also going to make me not want to come. So no, thank you. I don't want to take that. Prozac made me angry. Celexa, I don't even know. Is that one? Lexapro, I know I took Lexapro. Prozac, Wellbutrin, I took that forever, and I was okay with that. Topiramate, I took that shit for mood. I had taken other things like Lamictal. Oh my God, I had been offered other things. Buspar, I didn't take that shit. I was like, nah, I'm good. No thanks. I'd been offered gabapentin, and I was like, nah, I was not trusting. I didn't want to put that shit in my body. And plus, it obviously didn't work because people were like in the hospital all the time, bro. Anyway, so I was like, man, I don't want to be like these people. And steroids, people try to talk me into steroids all the time. I did have an emergency pack of steroids on me at all times before. Now I don't even have that in my house. Fuck that noise, okay? I have plants, I have meditation, I have sound. There are so many other healing modalities that we don't even consider because we're like, meh, that's horse shit. And I really was one of those people. So I will say I went from 12 pills to no pills to not being able to get out of bed and telling myself, I'm always getting better and better. Every day, better and better, bro. Better and better. Tomorrow is going to be a better day. Today's the best day ever. Today is the best day ever. But it took a minute for me to get from, you know what? Tomorrow is going to be a little better. Even if it's just a little better. Even if Susie Q don't fucking talk to me. If she ain't at work tomorrow, my day will be grand, and shit started to happen, it was wild. Like, it just better and better is what I kept telling myself. Better and better. And it's not that I wasn't good at my job. Being a nurse, you're so compartmentalized. So I put on a show. I've been putting on a show for a long time, I feel like, and I finally been able to adopt all those personalities into one person. This beautiful, divine, like, multimodal human being, right? So anyways, we all are actually. So, it's just embracing the weirdness and, like the cannabis use and all that shit. And I feel like I'm pretty big. So let me just cut this short because this wasn't supposed to be this long. I'm sorry. But like I said, I just wanted to let you know how I went from I could not comprehend or fathom having a good day or even my best day ever in those moments is how low I was physically, mentally. I mean, I had gone through a divorce. I mean, I felt like such a broken human being, and I had allowed someone to treat me so foul and had me believing so many false narratives in my mind about myself. And I don't even know who that person is. Like, I just want to hug her, and I do. I have pictures of me up on the fridge, and I'm all like, I love you so much, young version. I put versions of myself on there, and I'm like, I don't know what was going on in my life, but I know I was probably putting on a show. And I just want you to know, Mia, I love you. I love you. I'm so proud of you. You are amazing. And I know I'm fine, so I ain't got to tell myself I'm pretty, okay? But yeah, I'm beautiful. I'm beautiful on the inside and the outside. So these are things I found so hard to say out loud. and you do. Sometimes not even just to convince yourself. I was trying to convince myself, and I'm so glad I did, because you got to believe it to embodiment. Like, if somebody came at me and was like, you're not pretty, I would just laugh, and I'm like, whatever, motherfucker, like, I'm fine. I don't care, though, like, then you're not for me. And I used to have a hard time with that. Like, I remember the last person I let talk to me like I wasn't pretty, or they're like, oh, your makeup looks ugly, or whatever the fuck. And I was like, yeah, you're not it. Like, I'm not doing that. Like, this isn't going to work for me, just so you know. And that was it. Like, if you're not saying that I'm pretty or I can't take my eyes off you, then fuck you. Like, no thanks. I am not about that life. Like, and I don't chase. Okay, where am I going with this? Anyways, I am stoned. Thank you for listening to my rant. But try it. But it takes a minute. You have to believe it. All right? If you don't believe it, it's coming. Just keep doing it. Just like when you work out, right? You work out and you got to believe it for it to happen. But you also got to, like, do the thing that you believe. What is your placebo, right? Working out, breath work. Man, I like to tell myself, them, like, girl, when you rip your bong and you freaking cough your ass off, that's a fucking workout, bitch. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Working on my abs. Whatever the case may be, when I move my body, even a little bit does a lot. I move my body with intention to be strong. These are things that I started to tell myself because I wanted them to be true. And now a thing that I ask myself a lot is, Odelia, girl, do you want whatever you just said? Do you want that to be true? Like, I am not. That's not me. Like, I want to be a TEDx speaker, right? And I think to myself, that's not me. I want to have a self-sustaining farm and teach others how to do that. And something inside me is like, can you really do that? Shut the fuck up, right? I don't want those voices in my head anymore. And there's somebody on Instagram I follow. Her name is Laura Catella. I did her little program, and her thing that stood out to me, she said, do you want that to be true? So I ask myself constantly when I say something, do I want that to be true? And if not, then how can I reframe that? How do I change that? And then what action do I take to make it happen, right? My favorite thing that she comes up with is like detachment black, right? For me, it's detachment color. Like, I want to show up vibrant. I want to show up authentic, wearing like either some beautiful red dress, a bright green dress, kind of, I want to show up like me and be okay with that. And if you don't like me, then I'm not for you. So bye. Okay, you guys, thank you so much. I love you. I hope you enjoy this. Just know that in each meditation I do, I'm sending all of the beautiful energy straight to you for whatever it is that you need. Just know, if it's your heart, your mind, your body that needs healing, that is where this is going, okay? I love you. Bye.